1. In this part, Serenil said to Nanny that you know the merchant who's been trading with my father for years, right? Go to him and ask about the tea ingredients. Nanny was frightened and asked to Serenil, but if we do that it will be like doubting Lady Luray. Serenil replied to her that if you say to merchant that you're running and earn for me, he will keep it secret. Then Serenil going towards the outside and said to Nanny that I am going out for a bit. I will be back before sundown. Don't talk Kalyan, I went out. Ah, right. Serenil was so upset and think that whatever you do. Don't touch that flower with your bare hands. After that Serenil sitting in the carriage and think that could it really be, that I have gone back to the past? I don't know the answer. But this much is certain. I will never repeat the same mistake again. After that, she reached in front of Kalyan house to knowing about her past secret. Serenil said to coachman wait here until I return. Then she thought that when we would just started the logging business, we didn't have much money. Kalyan overextended himself to buy this villa. What was it he told me when I was worried? Then she remembered that Kalyan said to her that I want to make special memories with you here. You would get lonely if we only stayed at the mansion all the time, right? Then she thought that she yet not once did I ever come here. At first, Kalyan busy schedule kept away, and then I feel ill. But the real person was something else entirely. At that moment Serenil listened the voice of little baby, he called his father and say Papa. Papa. Serenil was shocked to seeing that baby. At that time, Kalyan came there and said to baby that what is it Benny? Then Kalyan said to baby that be careful alright. You will be in trouble if you get hurt. Okay. Serenil thought that so, there really was a child. At that moment Luray came there and said to Benny that's right, Benny, listen to your papa. You scraped your knee when you fell the other day, remember? Then Serenil remembered the last time of her life, when she was came near to dead, Kalyan saying to Luray that finally, we can live on our own now. You, me, and our child. A real family, just the three of us. I tried to not to believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. I kept telling myself it must be some kind of mistake. How could I have been so foolishly? About 2 years old, maybe. Which means, before I even got married, from the very beginning, there was never a place for me. At that moment a servant lady came there, and telling Kalyan about Viscount, it looks like a carriage just came up the road over there. Kalyan was surprised and say what? After that, Kalyan asked to coachman hey. You there? What business do you have there? Coachman replied to him that my apologies, I was summoned to come there, but, it seems I have mistake the location. Kalyan again asked to him that how could you get lost and end up here? Kalyan angrily said to him get lost. Serenil hid herself behind the tree and seeing all that happened. Then she thought that good thing, I told the coachman to keep my visit here a secret, she sit down on the floor and weeping, at that time heavy rain started. But she can't believe that Kalyan deceive her. Then she walk away and thought that what kind of people are they? Why didn't ever suspect them? Is it because, just like Luray said, I was ignorant and foolish? But does that mean I deserved this? Was it really my fault? At that moment a carriage stopped in near of Serenil. Serenil was surprised and thought what's that? The carriage should have. After that a guy came near to Serenil. She can't understand what happened to her. The guy name was Lexian Rosenwester and he said to Serenil that I don't think tonight the kind of weather for a leisurely evening walk. Don't you agree? I don't believe this appropriate weather for a night stroll. Am I wrong? Serenil Verdelet. Serenil was shocked and think that Duke Lexian Rosenwester, why is he here? If he gets involved, things are going to get complicated. For now, I will just try to play it off. Serenil replied to him that I just had some business nearby. Lexian Rosenwester was shocked and say business. Serenil replied to him that it was a pleasure to see you, even under these circumstances. Well then, if you will excuse me, Lexian Rosenwester said to her that thieves are quite common around here. Don't you realize how dangerous it is for a frail woman like you to be alone in a place like this? Then Lexian Rosenwester said to her that hurry and get into the carriage. After sitting in the carriage she thought that it would be much more spacious than this. I can't believe it's his cramped. Our knees keep touching every time the carriage sways. Lexian Rosenwester again asked to her so, what business would a noble count's daughter have in such a remote place? She was surprised when he said to her a count's daughter. Then she thought that come to think of it, he called me by my maiden name earlier too. but I am already married, so why? Then she replied to him that, as I said before, it wasn't anything important. I just got lost on my way back. Lexian Rosenwester said to her that it was not anything important. As far as I know, there is only one reason why a woman would act like that while getting soaked in the rain. Sereniel was upset and say what are you? A man? Is that why? Then Lexian Rosenwester asked to her that isn't Kalyan Helkar estate near here. For some reason, it's he perfect place to hide one face. She was angrily say Duke Lexian, did you let me in your carriage just to ask me something like that? That is my business. It's not something Grace to pry into. And I have said repeatedly, I was just there for business. Lexian Rosenwester can't satisfied with her remarks and thought she was telling a lying. Ellipsis. Lexian Rosenwester put hand on mouth and say that is not something you were good at, Sereniel Verdelet. If it truly were just business, you wouldn't have been crying until your eyes were red. Carriage stop in front of Sereniel house, then she say thank you for the ride today. I apologize for being so rude, especially since this was our first meeting. It's getting late, so please be careful on your. Lexian Rosenwester replied to her that this isn't our first time, I believe. It seems you have forgotten. Then Lexian Rosenwester asked to her that are you happy? She replied to him that what are you talking about? Lexian Rosenwester told her that I am asking if you're happy. Sereniel replied to him that even if you ask me something like that out of the blue. Lexian Rosenwester replied to her that this is more important to me than you might think. Answer me honestly. Then she thought happy. There is no way I could even pretend to be happy, unless I would completely lost my mind. I am still so furious I can't even sleep. She closed her fist, and thought that just remembering Kalyan and Lorray faces makes my anger boil over. And when I think back on that child, Lexian Rosenwester seeing Sereniel closed fest and say I understand perfectly. After that Lexian Rosenwester going towards the carriage and said to Sereniel that hurry inside and get some rest. We will be seeing each other again soon. Whether you like it or not. On the other side Nanny was worried, because Sereniel can't come back at home after sunrises. When Nanny seeing the Sereniel, she said to her that my lady. You have finally returned. I was so worried when you didn't come back. Sereniel replied to her that I am sorry, Kina. Then Kina said to Sereniel that oh my, and you are soaking wet. What happened? Sereniel replied to her that I will tell you later. For now, just let me rest. Then Kina say that I will prepare a change of clothes and a meal for you, right away. Sereniel replied to her that I don't need either, just tell Kalyan, I am not feeling well. After that, Kina say about that. Lady Lorray is here. Sereniel asked to Kina that, what did you say? Kina replied to her that she came with the Viscount, she said she wanted to have a meal together. Sereniel was angry and thought HMPH, so they came back together. To this house. Sereniel say unbelievable. Kina told her that she told them that you went to the Countess' estate, that you went. Because you received your usual call asking how you were doing. I couldn't think of any other good excuse. Sereniel was so upset and put hand on head, and said to Kina that thank you. I was planning on going to my uncle place anyway. After that Sereniel go in bedroom, and sitting in front of mirror. Kina said to her so, shall I tell them, you will be resting for the night. Sereniel replied to her no. Prepare a new dress for me. Kina told her that I put it in the table drawer, the item you mentioned this morning. After that, Sereniel thought how should I get my revenge? Should I expose them? If it becomes known that Lorray, a commoner, had an affair with a nobleman, she without be able to escape punishment. She say. In any case, I should tell uncle about this, and we can discuss what to do from there. After that she put this letter in her cabinet. At that moment, Kalyan and Lorray came in her bedroom. Then Lorray say oh, Seri. I heard you went to the Count's estate, you came back quite late. I was worried. Sereniel replied to her that I am sorry to have worried you. You must be hungry, right? Let's eat right away. After that, they all sitting on dining table for eating meal. Lorray asked to Sereniel did you receive the tea I sent you? Then Lorray smiled and say I wrote it in the letter, but I am sure it will be of great help to you. So be sure to drink it every day. Sereniel don't care what Lorray talked to her. Sereniel said to Lorray that you must be hungry, right? Hurry up and eat. Lorraine was surprised on her attitude. Then Serenil said to Kalyan that, by the way, how has your business been lately? Uncle was concerned about it. Kalyan was shocked and say Uncle was. Serenil replied to him that yes. He said he couldn't get in touch for an inspection, because you were so busy. Kalyan eat one bite of meal, and replied to her that what? The mine is progressing smoothly, I will contact Uncle myself, too. Serenil said to him that no, there is no need for that. I will pass on the message for you. Just tell me what the current mining status is. Then Kalyan asked to her that, Seri, are you being serious? Serenil replied to him that of course, I am serious. I need to know the state of the mine as well. Then Serenil thought after all, that mine, isn't he? On the other side, when Serenil's parents passed away, in an unexpected accident, the only inheritance I received was the mining business, which was recently started gaining attention. Kalyan devoted his entire life to it. The public still doubts the stability of its income, but the mining business true value elsewhere. The business is magic ore. Magic ore is traded at high prices due to its parity. Before long, magic ore should be excavated from my mine. In other words, the business will hit the jackpot. But I can't let Kalyan have it all to himself. From now on, I will set everything back to the way it should be. I will make Kalyan withdraw from this business. And destroy everything Kalyan and Lorraine hold. After that Kalyan said to Serenil but, Seri. You don't know anything about business, do you? Even if I told you, would you understand? Lorraine said to Kalyan well, that's fine, isn't it? If Seri reports back, you can focus on the business right. And Seri also wishes for that. For her to volunteer, as a reporting clerk. So the business can progress, she must truly love you, Viscount. Then Lorraine appreciate Kalyan and say that you are a lucky man, Viscount. To have a wife like Seri. Kalyan replied to Lorraine that I think so too. Serenil thought that I really am a lucky man. Amazing, how he can hide his black-hearted nature and smile like that. Makes me sick. Then Serenil stand up and said to Kalyan then starting tomorrow, give me updates on the progress, alright? Like Lorraine said, you don't have to worry about anything else. Serenil came into the bedroom and thought, now that I know the truth. It's hard enough just to face them with a calm expression. But this is where it all begins. I can't be the one to fall first. Then she again reading the letter and say I believe, this is something I should tell you in person, but since you seem in a hurry, I will report it in a letter. The tea you entered to me for analysis. It's a deadly poison made by mixing several different substances. I knew it. All of them are tasteless and odorless, and once inside the body, they leave no trace and are absorbed completely. Even if a trace were left, making an antidote would be extremely difficult. If ingested little by little over a long period, no one would ever notice. Truly, the perfect kind of ingredients to mix into tea. I see, so that's why, she said it like that to me, that's you must drink it every day. If this tea is taken continuously, first the lungs will fall, then, over time, all the internal organs will rot away. I don't need to read any further to know. Because I have lived through it myself. Then she remembered the merchant advice that said to her, don't kw what's happened to you, madam. But if you are at risk of being poisoned, I can give you some advice. Then Serenil say that the merchant is right. I am still in danger, this time, I knew in advance, so I avoided it, but next time, I don't know what method they will use to poison me. I will never again live a life, where I do nothing but get hurt. On the other side, Kalyan hold Lorraine in arm and romance with her. The Lorraine said to him that I told you, not here. What if Seri sees us? Kalyan replied to her and say that woman always goes to bed early. She's probably fast asleep in bed by now. Honestly, it's ridiculous, that stupid woman doesn't even know what business is. And she told me to report to her. Well, she is too stupid, so I can't be helped. Lorraine said to him but it's better than reporting directly to Veers, isn't it? Just think of it as using Seri. Besides, I have already arranged for her to die slowly. Kalyan said to Lorraine that don't tell me, you used poison. Lorraine. We agreed you would tell me about that first. No matter what, that's touch. Lorraine angrily said to him if you keep talking like that, nothing will ever change. It's not like, she will die right away. I will just get rid her in the 3 years you mentioned. Once Sari is dead, you can cut ties with Verse, and we can finally become a real family. We can't keep Benny locked up in the villa forever, can we? I really don't like it. Kalyan asked to her don't la what. Lorraine replied to him that this mansion, the interior design, everything, is awful. I know, it's re-taste, isn't it? Once I become your wife, I will change everything. Furniture decoration, all of it. After that, Lorraine said to Kalyan that you remember our agreement, right? Kalyan asked to her that what agreement? Lorraine replied to him that you promised not to spend the night with Sari. Kalyan replied to her that, ah, of course I remember. Then Lorraine said to him that I only allowed the first night. From now on, your only child will be Benny. On the other side, Sarinil listening all the conversation, that they do both to each Benny. Kalyan replied to her that of course. I don't even feel like it with that woman. She just lies there like a statue, such a boring woman.